This week on Talk of the Town, we feature THart Productions, who can help you capture some of the best moments for your athletes. He also puts in a plug for Skyway Golf Course. Spring sports are underway. We have interviews with new head coaches Alicia Parker and Erica Bywater, along with boys volleyball highlights.
My name is Triston Hartfiel. I feel like I do a few things. I work at the golf course here in town, in Tremont Skyway. I also coach the Bear River High boys golf team in the fall. And then I run, it's mostly an Instagram page. It's called THart Productions. I do a lot of photos and videos for kids in schools and companies sometimes, just to kind of promote them, their brand, kind of highlight their sport and their talents and what they do. And they can use it, kids specifically, for colleges if they want, kind of like a highlight reel type of thing.
How did that all start? What was the interest and how did you kind of get it up and going?
It's kind of a weird process. My uncle, Devin, he also runs the golf course. He's been into photography my whole life, taking pictures of me at basketball and golf and stuff. So that's kind of where I was introduced to it, I guess, just seeing it. And then in high school, I played basketball, and my dad videoed every single game from Little League all the way to high school. So having all those videos that my dad took to look back on from high school kind of got me into thinking like, oh, I want to do this for other kids coming up, just to have that for like the rest of their lives. And more of like a closer experience, because I stay on the floor. I'm like 4 feet from the baseline from the players, so it's more up close and personal. You see more detail. And then on the business aspect of it, one of my friends had a business idea, mostly for golf, to like help golf courses reach other people, and just to kind of highlight their course, to put on their website, put on their social media and stuff. And after a couple of months of just talking, it kind of fizzled out. But I had a camera at that point, and I was like, well, it's like a couple $1,000s. I got to do something with it. So I just kind of went to a few sports games here and there, took some pictures, and I really just kind of fell in love with it, honestly.
What is it about Bear River that you love being back there?
It's like home. Like it's a community, you know. You see a bunch of similar faces. Like there's kids that I went to high school with, and their brothers or sisters are playing, and just to be able to capture it for them too, it feels it's like on a closer level. I mean, I've grew up here my whole life, so Bear River runs through my blood, and it always has and always will. Like it's home. Like I like going over to other schools, Logan and Uinta and Utah State and stuff, but it's different when it's here, because it means so much more because it's closer. What I try to get is just really the up close and like reactions, honestly, like the emotion of the sport, and the passion that the players have when they're playing. Because as a parent or a fan, if you're sitting up high, like you can kind of see it and feel it in the atmosphere, but through a picture or video that's a few feet away from them, you can really see the emotion and the detail in how they're playing and stuff like that. But honestly, it's just to have those moments forever. Like I received a message from a parent the other day that they were trying to look for my pictures. They couldn't find them, so I sent them the link, and she was like, oh, I'm going through this. These are awesome. Like, we'll cherish these forever. And that's just kind of, that's why I do it. Like, that's what feels the best. And I love sports anyways. I love going to them all, but being able to give somebody that for a lifetime is kind of why I like it.
You do picture and video. How do you balance that? How do you figure out when you're going to take pictures and when you're going to do video? Yeah,
I get that question a lot. It's really hard, but knowing the sport really helps. So like I love basketball. Basketball is like my number one sport. So going to that, it feels a little bit easier because I know the game really well. Honestly, I kind of switch in between both through a quarter. So I'll try to plan like 4 minutes of pictures, 4 minutes of videos. But it just depends on how the game is going. Like if it's coming down to the wire, I'll just do video because video, it lasts a little bit longer. You're not really going to miss anything. And if you hit that game-winning shot, you're going to want that on video, not necessarily a picture. And with my camera, I can stop it fast enough to where I can get a picture from the video and still be pretty clear. So I was playing Westfield, and it started coming down to the wire. And the last like 4 or 5 minutes, I didn't take a single picture. I was just videoing the whole thing. And Cash Avery hit that shot to win. And I got all that on video, the students' reaction, the coach's reaction, and the students and the players coming together at the end, like, and just putting that together and seeing it all come together. That's kind of how I try to separate photo and video, just in the moment of the game. A little over 3 years ago now, and I'd really say 2, because the first year I did it, I was just doing it for fun. I had no intention of doing anything like connecting with anybody, and then I just kind of found a passion for it. But a lot of my connections have come through you guys, just being able to get a credential and go to all these other high school games. So I'm really grateful for you guys and giving me that support as well. And then one of my best buddies that I used to work with and stuff, his mom was kind of over there at Utah State, had some connections, and I got some help through that. And then just grew a bunch of connections at Utah State with their marketing program and some interns, and just made friends that way. I'd consider him one of my best friends now. He was over at Utah State. He was just an intern, but he hooked me up with the Logan High School to do their football for the first year. That was my first official paid gig. So that was awesome. That was huge for me. Just staying connected with him, and he's gotten me other jobs and connected me with other people through that. And it takes you crazy places, honestly. Like, I've done stuff for UNA high school football, which is 2.5, 3 hours away, kind of crazy far from us. So it's the connections can take you a lot of places that you'd never think. At first it was THart Photos, because I was mostly doing photos, and then I really wanted to do video too. And so just went with Productions to kind of incorporate all of it. And honestly, my biggest help has been my uncle, Devin. He knows a lot more about cameras than I do, even still. And he's let me borrow his equipment to get started out with. He still lets me borrow pretty much everything to this day. Another really huge one, my buddy from Utah State, his name's Joseph Myers. He's Myers Photography on Instagram. He's probably one of my biggest inspirations.
Not only do you do like the action at the sports, but you do a lot of preseason stuff. Take us through some of the photo shoots and things you've done there.
Yeah, so the preseason stuff, I like to do, we call it like a media day. So I played college golf, but we didn't really have like a media day. We just did like a team picture thing. And then being around Utah State a little bit more, seeing what they kind of do for a media day, making the kids feel awesome, like getting all these cool pictures and being able to use it for graphics and stuff like that. I wanted to bring that to the high school atmosphere, because even when I played high school, we just did a single photo and a team photo, and that was kind of it. We didn't have anything crazy. But I wanted to bring the college atmosphere to the high school kids and do like these cool media days and have like the fog and the smoke and the big lights, and just have these really nice pictures that they can use on their social medias, and the school can use it for graphics and stuff like that. We really try to show the personality of the players through these media days and let them kind of do what they want.
And what's kind of the reaction or some of the comments from the kids?
Just that they really like them. From what I know, obviously it could change if they go home and talk to their parents and stuff, but from what I've got, they love them. They love to do them. Like, I've gotten messages not only from kids around Bear River, but the Logan area, the Ogden area. They want us to come down there and kind of do those types of pictures, just because they get to be themselves and really showcase that. Spring sports I got coming for sure is Bear River baseball and Bear River softball. and most likely Bear River girls lacrosse. For sure for media days, getting them covered for all their team photos and stuff like that. And then hopefully be with either one of them or all of them a little bit for the season for like game stuff, going to games. Also for spring, doing kind of like a hype video, jersey reveals, like all these teams will get new jerseys. So we'll kind of try to put that together to showcase what they have for this coming season. The best way to contact me is on Instagram at THart Productions, or my main page is just Triston Hartfiel. You can contact me there. All my email and stuff is on there too, so email is always good. I check that every day. So
any kind of pitch you want to do for the golf course?
Come out to the golf course this summer. The golf course, I've pretty much been there my whole life. That's my whole family jokes. That's my number one home, and then my house is number two. But fully as an assistant, I've been there for 3 years. Kind of run the pro shop tournaments, get everything scheduled, take care of lessons, any questions that people have. And anyone's welcome out there. It says Skyway Golf and Country Club. We welcome the public. We want the public. We are not strictly a private golf club. I know that's been kind of the weird thing going around Tremont, that we are a sole country club and we don't let the public come out, which is kind of weird. But yeah, we want the public. Bring your family out, come out to the range, hit some balls, have a good time, especially in the summer when it gets nice and warm, cools down at the nighttime. It's perfect time to just come out and kind of hang out. So yeah, we're on Instagram there as well, Skyway Country Club. We update everything on there. And then our website is www.skywaycountryclub.com, and then everything's updated on there too. So
with you being the boys coach, what's kind of your pitch to get kids to come out and try the sport or get involved?
Yeah, if you're thinking of trying out, tryouts will be at the end of July, but you definitely need to come in May, June, and July and play and practice. Just being able to see them out there before tryouts is a huge help. If you come the day of tryouts, it's a lot harder to make the team. We usually do cuts. We usually only have about 16 kids on the team, just for traveling and playing purposes. We do kind of a set amount, but just come out and play all the time, hit some balls, come putt and chip, even if it's for a few minutes a week.
So it's your home opener in your first season as the head coach. What were the things that you liked today or felt went right?
When we were down a man, I think that we really pulled ourselves together. I really love the effort that they gave during that time that we were down a man, and we really held them. No goals were scored in that time. So that really makes me happy. We have it in us. We came out with low energy today, and it took us a while to get it back. So yeah, their effort in there was really good. And as in that last little bit where we were pressing really high, they were doing that really well and forcing the other team into bad decisions. And making sloppy plays. So I think we dominated on that in that last little bit. And in that time when we were pressing high and we were down that man, we actually outshot them. So, that part we did really well.
And in that first half, you guys got down early, 0-3. You held them to 1. You had more opportunities. What do you feel led to that?
I think that this drive that nothing else, we were going to let anything else happen, I think is really what helped us refocus our energy to where it should be.
And so what are some of the things that you need to clean up in to be more ready for some of these tough region teams you'll have coming up?
Definitely our playmaking from the back line. We were definitely letting things happen to us rather than dictating the play, which, when we played Uinta on Friday, we did that really well. We dominated that game. We were pressing high. We were forcing them into bad decisions, and we killed that game. It was such a beautiful game to watch. So we just need to remember. I think a lot of it goes back into muscle memory as we come and play on our home turf, and we haven't played under this new team. We go back to muscle memory of we're just used to playing defense and rather than being an offensive team. So redirecting their focus and knowing and remembering the things that we worked on at practice and how to put them into play. So, we're working on things and we're getting there. It's just, killing those those muscle memory thoughts.
Who are going to be some of the players we can look for, and what can we get excited for with this year's team?
We've got a lot of great talent. That's hard to choose. Goodness. I mean, we're seeing great things from Quinn Jackman in the back. Him and Kelson hold the back line really, really well together. They work really well. Cam Norton, and Bridger, they are both players that you can kind of put anywhere, and they'll take on the role. Oh goodness, I want to shout out to all of them. They all have their own special things. We've got a great wing and lefty. And he's got that great foot that just he sees the game really well, and he sees where he can put the ball. Man, can I just shout out to all of them? Can I just tell you what's great about all of them? Like I said, we just have a lot of great talent. It's just bringing it all together under the right focus.
So you guys had some cards today, some injuries. How do you kind of try to clean that up and make sure you guys are healthy? And who do you have next?
Definitely. Temperatures are running high. And just reminding our players, like, you're out there to play a game that you love, so getting yourself ejected from a game is, and just making smart decisions. A lot of the calls I don't agree with. But we talked about it in our huddle that if we're fighting the refs, it doesn't give them any incentive to change their mind or help us in the future. Just keeping our cool and calm and looking out for one another, that if we can make smarter decisions, then we're not in those situations where we're pulling fouls. I mean, we've got some tough guys. They'll tell you to your face they don't hurt when they're limping. So definitely the next couple days working on of cleaning up the tactical game and not so much the intensity of the game, helping them rest up and get their injuries. We have a great trainer, so we follow his commands when it comes to how we get better and protect our health. We came into this game with a couple of previous injuries, and that probably didn't help. But that's something that boys are very much like, hey, I got this, and you kind of have to push them and baby them into know you need to take care of yourselves, and helping them understand, like, rest is okay. And we come back with when we're all better. We have Gruntsville on Thursday. It's another home game. I definitely foresee us winning that game. Especially after this game and seeing what we need to clean up, and having that quick turnaround of a game on Thursday. I think we're going to come out strong. It helped us last week with a Tuesday game and a Friday game that we could work out those kinks and fix things that looked a little sloppy and chaotic. That we came back and we fixed them, and it was, like I said earlier, is a beautiful game. So I think Thursday is going to be a great game.
Back row hit again, coming up and sent right back. Big little free ball sent over. Goobly up underneath it. Over to Christensen with a long set on the far side, and it falls on Logan's side. Here on set number 1. Giants again with a serve. Libero has a little trouble with this serve receive. Carson will keep on serving him here for Bear River. Little dump over here, and another one. Zach Merrill holds back again. Bear River a little bit more ready for this one. Giants with the save. And sending it right back it should be in. Tyler Christensen will have the serve. Ooh, tight to the net. Another good throw down. And the Bears coming out of a timeout. Off the blockers, out of bounds. Junior for Bear River. And sent over to the back row. Lopez chasing it down. And it'll be an ace. Still serving. Ooh. Nice hit. Good pancake. Over on the far side again, Breda. I think it's his first kill and an ace. Ashby. Braden with the serve. That's his first serve here tonight. And Woolley 17-11. Christensen gets it up, tight to the net again. And into the net. Turns this over. Goobly gets it up. Christensen to the middle. Palmer gets his throw pass back. And another rejection here by the Grizzlies.
Coach, so with it being your first season with these guys, what's it feel like to be the one in charge?
It's super fun. I actually love going to practice every day. I just know that these boys are going to bring it. They are teachable. They're coachable. They get excited about things. We're still learning. Like tonight for the game, I tried something new, which I haven't in the last 2 games. And I brought some underclassmen in to do some rotations to see how they would fit. They really do work together. But I love it. They're fun.
And so for a lot of these boys, this is their second year. It started last year. What has having a little bit of the experience made it so it's a little easier? I know it's still early in the season, but what have you already noticed that's maybe better this year than last?
Well, we already won a set, which was good because that was kind of our goal early on. Last year there was kind of a struggle. So we have already met one of our goals. We're super close. Tonight was a little different, but we're usually right there in it, 22, 25, 23, 25. And so what we need to see a little bit more is we need to be a little bit with our blocking. I need to see some of the sealing and with our blocks, which will come. Our serves are better tonight than they ever have been before, so we do need to get some power in there, and we just need to make sure our hits, we're feeling confident about that. So.
And I know it's always hard to pick, but who are some of the standouts from tonight or some of the players you feel we're going to be able to watch for this season?
Okay. Well, definitely I got to give a shout out to Tyler because he's our setter. He's the one that's like behind the scenes making it all happen. And so he works hard, so I really appreciate all of his effort. I think Jason Ashby, he always gives a hard hit. Same thing with Joey. We had Braden in. I don't know. I just don't know what to do. They're all good. Our middles, they're right there. So they're all just doing good. We just got it 1% better. That's what we're working for, 1% better each time.
And so tell us who you have coming up and what do you feel needs to be cleaned up the most?
We have Hillcrest. We play Friday. And what needs to be cleaned up is I think we're going to work on some of our harder serves, placements, and then we're also going to work on timing at the net.
Tune in weekly for more Talk of the Town.